Hey guys, I'm back. It's me, Lo-Dawg. I'm doing another replay analysis. Today's the 9th day in my replay analysis series, and last night reality struck me because I played with somebody who's actually seen one of my videos, and I was, of course, throwing the game, so god, that was embarrassing. I'm sorry, Mr. Meat Stallion, that you had to play with me, but I'm never gonna give up. I'm gonna become an Eternus player just like I promised on the first day, and today I'm gonna show you guys what an Eternus player does. Especially when you're in a lane against Billy and Mo. Now, Mo and Krill dies to Warden every time, but Billy is a bit more of an issue because this fucker can heal every time he light melees you. So unless you have like Conqueror's Hockey and you know how to parry his light melees before they come out, you're probably gonna end up dying in a trade against Billy, and I fucking hate this character and I think he's broken. But with all the excuses out of the way, I'm gonna show you guys how to win a lane against a broken character anyway. Obviously you gotta land flasks like how I did just now, but most importantly you gotta parry, and I made a bold decision this match, a bold decision that otherwise would have been a blunder. Okay, there's a blunder right there, but it's fine, I have a page helping me out, but then I stayed for another parry. I was getting a little greedy for that parry, because in my mind, I mean, I at this point, I've played against Billy like 500 million times, and the only way that I've ever been able to beat him is by parrying him. Otherwise, his abilities just fucking out-damage you, out-heal you, you just can't survive the trade. But I end up making a risky decision, purchasing-wise, not too early on, but at some point during the lane, I get Rebuttal, which works in lower ranks, like, believe me, I've used it in lower ranks and it absolutely fucking destroys, but in this rank it's a bit trickier. You gotta time your parries right, you gotta fake them out correctly, and I managed to pull that off, but by sheer luck, and I don't think I'm ever gonna buy Rebuttal again. I think it's a cheeky item, and I don't know if it's worth it 100% of the time, but it does pay off this time. I hope you guys like fucking burger box lanes, because this is one hell of a burger box, and I mean, y'all saw the parry that Billy got on me. He Conqueror's Hockey'd my light melee, but that was only the beginning. It gets far more intense, and I'm not really looking forward to having to commentate over that because I make a lot of mistakes, and I don't think I'm prepared to deal with the fact that all I do is make mistakes in this lane. I mean, god, look at that. I missed every single shot against Mo just now, and I couldn't even flask him. It's not looking good. I'm at like a quarter health. One thing that I started doing lately is use my mic in-game, and it terrifies me. I don't know why, but it fucking makes me nervous and it makes my hands shake. But in the game that Mr. Meat Stallion was in, the guy that recognized me by my username, I ended up using my mic a little bit, and I actually delivered some helpful comms, because I also happened to record that match just for myself to watch it back. And it turns out that maybe using your mic does actually give you a bit of an advantage if you have good comms to communicate. So the fact that I didn't use my mic this game costed me a few lives, I think, but in the end, we won. It was all thanks to a haze that carried us. And, you know, I did okay, too. I had my moments, just, you know, not too many of them. So, this was an annoying little situation, but I did manage to get that parry on both of them. I don't think I survived this trade, but my flask gets the first blood on Mo. Now, Mo did die earlier, but it was to the tower, and somehow no one got kill credit. I don't know how the fuck that happened, because he died to the tower while Paige was still alive. But that technically was first blood, the second melee against Krill. It was a really intense fight. Obviously, Billy survives because he heals, like, and gets max health every time he punches. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And he just kind of gets off scot-free. I don't think Billy ends up dying at all this lane, although I do think I kill him eventually. I see the dive here. It's not great. Oh yeah, and now I've purchased Rebuttal. Okay, so here Billy just shouldn't live this, right? No, he doesn't. Apparently I parried both of them at the same time. Then I faked out a melee, which he fell for with this parry. I've got to say, I actually do make less mistakes than I remember. This was actually kind of a good burger box, at least for me.
Break their weapons. Break their will.
I probably didn't even need to get healing right. I might have been able to get close quarters a little bit earlier, but oh, great. Alright, now here I'm kind of just wandering around. So this is a box run, I say in air quotes, because it's probably the worst box run in history. I mean, at least I got some ability cooldown out of it. I was contemplating getting those golden statue buffs, but I figured it'd probably be better to save Paige's ass. Yeah, not the most optimal box run. I'm gonna fix that in the future. So now we're kind of at a stalemate again. I'm thinking, like, don't be too aggressive, because even though I killed Billy, even though I'm ahead of him by a little bit, I know what Billy can do. I know what he's capable of. He's Super Saiyan as soon as he unlocks his 3 abilities. But Mo and Krill was being kind of stupid. Unfortunately, he was able to run away because I got chain ganked, and I was not able to parry this Billy. I kind of wasted my parries. Oh yeah, here's where the mistakes that I remember come in. I'm kind of, like, Hail Marrying my parries now that I have Rebuttal, and I make that mistake every time I buy the item. Here I go for a second heavy melee that I definitely didn't have time for. Even though I got the parry, which was nice, it didn't matter in the end. Billy can get really tanky after he's landed enough punches on you.
I don't buy you a healing, right?
So, Rebuttal ended up still being kind of a worthy purchase. I think I get a little bit more value out of it after this point, but again, I'm still probably not going to buy that item, because every time I get Rebuttal, I just make stupid parries and take a bajillion damage. I think what I need to keep doing, the game plan for like those like little punch squabbles, is I run in and punch them with the light melee once, and then just wait for them to parry, because they're definitely going to, after they've gotten hit with the first melee. They're gonna expect me to go for another random one, so they're gonna like panic and predict and parry without my light melee even going out, so I just get free bullets on them. I do it to people all the time, but for some reason I have been struggling to execute that strategy, especially against a character like Billy, who kind of hinges on getting parried. I had a pretty good dive on here, but Mo and Krill was able to save Billy's ass. I missed my parry. Here I'm just spamming parry, hoping for another one with Rebuttal, and I die for it. Yeah, that was, again, the mistake that I mentioned earlier about how when I buy Rebuttal, my mind kind of just goes blank, and I spam the parry button expecting something to happen. I just, like, anticipate, because I had that satisfaction when I was in a lower rank of being able to just spam parry and them not realizing that Rebuttal reduces the parry cooldown. And it just felt so nice getting a parry every single fucking time. It was against a Mo and Krill, too. And ever since then, I've been stupid with my parries, and I just kind of spam that button as soon as it's off cooldown. Like, I'll jump up to the tower, parry it, and then parry again and fucking die. But that's neither here nor there. Optimized farming strats. Oh, you know what? I just realized that this game isn't sped up. Usually I have the footage sped up. And I think I'm going to do that this time, because it's a bit of a longer match. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with it, but you know, just to pick up the pace a little bit and keep the ball rolling, because I think we're at a bit of a stalemate and we don't exactly engage or take, like, serious fights at this point in the game. The only reason we won this lane was honestly all thanks to this Mo and Krill, who kept making silly dives. But once Billy's around, it's a big problem. I told Paige we need to get back, and we did, but it was, yeah, it was still a rough situation. Fortunately enough, they don't have their wave pushed up, and we have a tower here. Mo and Krill gets the parry, but it doesn't matter because Last Stand was still up, and the tower basically kills them both. It was kind of a stupid dive. They didn't have their wave. Billy says that it was all the tower's damage, but that's bullshit. Obviously, it was all thanks to me that they died. I had my ult, I was shooting my gun, I was being badass. It was 100% for me. And, yeah, I don't think Billy's going to be able to recognize that because he's too busy coping. So then he dives us again. He's probably tilted at this point. I go for some melees that aren't going to work. Unfortunately, the Page is not able to survive, and the Billy and Mo are just really sustained, and I can't really I don't want to take a 2v1 against those fuckers, so I kind of just go behind the tower and play it safe for now. Yeah, my parry button is the same as my self-cast, so every time I try to... I changed it recently, because I started doing this quick cast thing, so I don't have to, like, press binding word and then click on my target. I can just press Q and then it automatically gets cast, as long as I'm in the range. But now that I have that auto-cast thing set up, my quick cast, like my self-cast key is just a little bit harder to... I don't know, it's confusing, but... I actually use it to my advantage strategically in a fight that I think might be about to happen. I have my healing right ready, and I use it, and I parry because it's binded to my self-cast. And then Mo and Krill goes for a punch. I'm giving spoilers though. Y'all are gonna see that when the time comes. Right now I'm looking for the bridge buff, actually. That's what I'm thinking about, because I see that it's 9 minutes on the clock, and it looks like Billy might be sort of contesting it a little bit, but I also realized that we need to have wave prior to even bother getting the bridge buff anyway, so I went back and dealt with the wave, and Billy kind of jumped my ass, and I took 700 damage for it, so I made a pretty damn big mistake, but then I got lucky and got a parry on him and managed to kill the Billy in the end, which was surprising. I forgot I did that, and then I go for the parry healing right. He goes for a bad melee that I had Rebuttal cooldown for, so yeah, I mean, Rebuttal paid fucking dividends. It also healed me a little bit, but I feel like the healing from Rebuttal's not that noticeable, especially with these new heal troopers. I ult for no reason. I think I was trying to hit Casper or something. I don't really fucking know why I did that, and then Billy dives me and I die because he gets 15 fucking bash downs. I think he got extra charge and he got the 2 on his rising ram. We all parry handshake, the 3 of us, like gents, and I think I die here. And I don't think that Paige survives this interaction either, because Billy is just so woken, man. I mean, like, I complain and bitch all the fucking time. I'm thinking of like a word. I guess I'm the king of bitching and complaining, but I don't know if a king would bitch and complain. But when it comes to character matchups, like, that's like my go-to excuse. So take the things that I say with a grain of salt. But Billy is fucking broken, man. Like, there's no doubt about that. I just think that he's got too much going for him. His kit, you could say, is overtuned. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna stop raging about Billy and focus on the gameplay here. It's unfortunate that I didn't kill the 7, but at least the Infernus got butt-fucked by me. It was nice kind of jumping in and killing him in seconds. Felt pretty good. But I definitely should have gotten the kill on that 7. That's a criticism on my part. It was just a lack of accuracy and lack of, like, boldness in the dive. I think I fell back a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna rewind just to make sure that's what happened. So, yeah, I killed the Infernus here, and then I dived the 7. I see that it's my chance, so I just go in on him. But yeah, after he ults, I kind of go back to reload, which is good, but I should have stayed closer to this little area here so that he would have less avenues to escape. I shouldn't have backed into the lane. I should have been in, like, near this veil, because his ult wasn't within range of that either. So yeah, I positioned myself a little poorly there, but that's a mistake that I make all the time, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to fix that, because I don't, like, in those moments, I'm just making quick decisions and I'm not thinking logically about it. And if I were thinking logically about it, I wouldn't make the decisions fast enough to survive anyway, so I don't really know how I'm going to build the habit of finding good routes to escape. I guess I just have to, like, I guess I just gotta play more. I don't know, I've been playing this game so much, though.
Let's take out Infernus.
But yeah, it'll be something that comes naturally to me at some point, I think, just the better escape routes. Excuse me, but anyway, so I'm here on yellow just kind of farming it up. I pick up the urn, but I don't think that was an urn play. I don't know if this was a yellow push either, because Billy was around. It actually might have been an urn play. I should have taken the urn here. That was a blunder on my end. And I was right to think that it was a good play, because blue was getting hard pushed, Ivy was also pushing up green, and Billy, the scariest person in the game, was pushed up to the walker. So then Mirage and I try to jump Billy. It doesn't work. Billy is really hard to kill, man. Just really fucking hard. And then McGinnis and Mo rotate to us, and then once that happens, it's basically wraps. The page was unfortunately caught out, and yeah, we're just getting chased down here. I try to save, but it doesn't work. Now that Drifter's here, it's basically fucking over. Like, we are not going to get out of this situation. Mo and Krill's really fast, and I did not have enough HP, so yeah, the biggest blunder that I have made this entire game so far, I mean, I did fine in lane, the rotation to green was fantastic. When I went back to yellow, I should have taken the urn and just delivered it that shit, and just fucking owned it. I mean, whenever they're pushed up on blue, whenever green is pushed up as well, like, go for the urn. We even had the troopers at the yellow walker, like, it couldn't have been a better time to do it. But then Mirage teleported to me, and we took a stupid fight that was on their side after we pulled back on blue. So obviously the people on blue were just going to rotate to us. And to be honest, I'm mad at this Mirage, but I'm not going to let my emotions get the best of me this time. I don't want to have a repeat of what happened with Sinclair in that one episode where I kept dying to Haze with focus lens. I don't want to be a mean troll that gets mad at Mirage for everything, but he is kind of lowest farm on our team right now. And I don't know, Mirage is supposed to be, like, intelligent. Well, that's neither here nor there. I'm not upset with the Mirage. He hasn't made any terrible blunders yet. I was the one who should have delivered the urn. I shouldn't have listened to my Mirage when he said, let's fight this Billy, who can't die. So anyways, here I'm just taking camps in the back, and I don't know if it's the best choice right now, but I do see that all the lanes are covered. They're pushing deep on yellow, but it works out. The Drifter dies. I'm just continuing to farm and take golden statue buffs and stuff, which I think is okay, because I'm a little bit behind, but not too much. I think I should have joined Ivy and taken the wave here, but Ivy gets the wave for herself. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I go for the magic buff, and I get it right before Infernus is able to snag it from me, or get the parry off. And then we kind of enter this little squabble. Victor and whoever the fuck else is down there, oh Haze, managed to kill Billy, which was nice, but they didn't really rotate onto the fight that I had going on. So this was, earlier I mentioned that if I use my mic, I die less, and that's a great example of when using my mic would have been helpful. Like, in that moment, I could have been like, yeah, I'm squabbling with this Infernus here. Now that you guys killed that guy, let's group up and get out. Because I wouldn't have died so easily if I had the Victor and Haze near me, and I think they probably could have gone next to me, but maybe they just weren't looking at the map at the time, or they just thought that it was a bad fight, which is fair enough. So yeah, that was a pretty bad death on my part. I thought I was close to my teammates, but I did end up being out of position, and, you know, maybe my mic would have saved me, maybe I should have just stuck to farming. So here I go for a dive on the walker, because I see such a big snowball going on the right. And it doesn't seem like it's being contested, but I don't really have huge walker pushing items at the moment. I didn't really go for hollow points or quicksilver reload. I went with active, and yeah, it didn't work out too well. I got like no damage on the walker before McGinnis came to contest. And it's also because it's the second walker. I make a horrible escape. I don't know if y'all saw how choppy my movement was just now, but it was goddamn atrocious. And I heard McGinnis starting to shoot at me, so I got super scared, and now I'm kind of just running around collecting boxes. At this point, I saw that blue was ready to get taken, but I should have just gone back to base to heal, because McGinnis was taking care of the wave anyway. but I don't think I die for my low HP. I think I bring it back. I actually think I start kind of gaming soon. I've been making mistakes up until this point, but then I see that the urn is kind of just running around, uncontested. I grab another heal troop, so now I've got some good sustain. I'm not like basically dead anymore. The heal troopers heal a lot when you're by yourself. The urn is completely free because my team just loves fighting, which is great because we don't instantly die and explode in these fights. And it gave me a lot of time to deliver the urn for free, and while we kept the pressure up on yellow. Now, this yellow fight was pretty interesting. I should have been shooting at Drifter just now and not Mo, but I ult as soon as I see Billy. I'm scared. I'm definitely scared. Drifter's ulting me. Mo and Krill's digging around. Paige is dead. My ult is gone. After that Drifter got slept, I was certain he would die, and then I do manage to get the bag, the parry. I have to like punch him light. The reload animation was, it made me want to like remove my toenails, man, but I'm glad I ended up killing him with the light melee into flask true combo. But then I fucking die, so this part pissed me off. Victor thanks me, so yeah, that's just hilarious, Paige. Yeah, Victor already said it though, so it's not as funny the second time. So I think I died to the Walker's Fire. I was standing in that shit, and it got recently buffed to do more damage and have a longer debuff duration. And another big blunder that I repeatedly make, and probably like every single game, is that I just kind of stand in front of the objective and take as much damage as I possibly can, so that when an enemy dives me, they can kill me in seconds. Every time I look at my death damage after a push, it's like 2,000 Walker damage, and man, I don't know what I can do to like reprogram my brain to not stand in front of that fucking laser beam, but if you guys have any recommendations in the comments, some kind of like topical therapies or something, I would be happy to indulge and get this problem off of my back. I think here I go for the double sinners, which was an okay idea, but I don't know. I think I probably should have gone to the fight. Well, I guess this bridge buff was worth being around, but Mo and Krill takes it, and I'm not chasing Mo. He just can't die. We decide to go for a fight. This is the second time I think that we go for a fight that doesn't work out for us, because Mirage wanted to dive Billy earlier, and then we all fucking died. And now we're trying to dive this Infernus, and we're like deep in their side. It's a pretty big ult. The McGinnis messes up her wall, and Infernus dies, but so do I. I can't survive the Billy damage. And also the McGinnis was gunning me down the whole time. So yeah, it was a bad fight. I knew it was a bad fight. I think I said no when the page suggested running down the Infernus, because it was on their side, and the Infernus was definitely safe. But I kind of had to do it anyway, because I felt like if I had left, then my teammates would have died, and that's even worse than just helping and dying, I guess. I don't know, maybe it isn't. Maybe it would have been better if I just left and stayed alive. Here I buy Titanic Magazine. Let me know, guys, if that's like one of the worst purchases I've ever made and I should buy something that's actually useful for once. I have Toxic Bullets queued up, but I don't really know if that's what I need. Something that I noticed this game is that it felt like my fire rate was really low, even though I had 2 fire rate items with Kinetic Dash and Active Reload. I'm thinking about, if I do go full gun on Warden, I'm thinking about running Burst Fire. I'm sure it's a perfectly fine item to run, and it does give you movement speed. Might do that shit instead of Headhunter, but I don't want to not buy Headshot Booster in lane. It's too important. I guess I could just do both. It gives me even more movement speed. So yeah, I'm gonna experiment with that fire rate shit. I might actually like try to make a fire rate build. It could be kind of funny, where I just only do fire rate items and just see how things go. Definitely like a Spellslinger kind of build. We get an urn for free. That was pretty nice. The fight begins. It's pretty intense. I see McGinnis and I just laser focus her, which was a little dumb, but it's alright. I managed to survive. I go for a cheeky little ult behind the corner, while Paige goes for hers. And yeah, I think I'm ulting at like 4 people at once at this point. I got like 700 last stand healing, but a lot of people are low. I'm low. I'm scared. My butt's clenched. I don't make it out alive, but they're left at very low HP. My ult's got some pretty damn good damage. Haze is now like the hero of this game, the MV fucking P. She goes Super Saiyan, she kills Mo, she kills Krill, she kills Mo, she kills Krill, she kills Drifter, she parries Billy and then promptly destroys him, goes for another parry on 7. It's one of the most insane Haze carries I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm really fucking glad that she was on my team. And from there, we get mid. We basically win the game after we get mid. I don't think there's really much else to say after that. I don't even know if the decisions I make even matter at this point. I think I sold monster rounds for Toxic Bullets, which that was a good choice. I mean, I guess that decision did matter at least a little bit. But we've got Rejuve, we've got a Haze carrying. I feel like I don't even need to shoot the enemy anymore to win. But that wouldn't make for a very good video, so of course I treat you guys to some more Warden tracking. My aim is getting better though, y'all can't deny it. I mean, watch the first video again that I made, and then watch this one, and then you will see that my aim, like, I don't think I missed a bullet yet this game, but I might have to rewind just to double check. Okay, here's a dumb... Well, I guess I was, like I said earlier, like I felt like we already won the game and none of the decisions I made mattered, but this was kind of dumb to go for double sinners instead of joining the fight. I don't really know. why I would waste my time doing that, and then I realized that that was the case halfway through, so I just leave the double sinners and go into the battle. And I take a bunch of damage, but I'm okay with it. Seven's in a very bad position, but he does escape Binding Word. Running him down didn't really work. I get jumped by Billy. So after I respawn, I just go for a little ult. Everybody's gone except for Infernus, who decides to go in after I ult. He had to have seen that. Like, he had to have known that I was channeling that shit, but he just went in anyway. We go for the shrines. It's GG. I think we even stay and end. I don't remember if we do. I'm almost certain that we do. But I'm going to analyze some of the mistakes that I made a little bit more closely after this game ends. Because I feel like I'm able to recognize what my mistakes are most of the time. Sometimes I miss my mistakes too, which is why I'm uploading them on YouTube and getting feedback from the viewers and stuff, which I really appreciate, guys. Keep on commenting my mistakes. Like I said in the last video, it definitely hurts my ego when you guys point out my mistakes, but at the same time, I wouldn't fucking learn if y'all didn't point out the stuff that I wasn't paying attention to. Oh yeah, I die here just because I decided to stand in their base and shoot them for no fucking reason. I was trolling at this point because I just figured we won, and we ended up winning. The victor, like, sustained to the bitter end, bro. It was insane. But I feel like I'm able to recognize my mistakes pretty clearly, but I don't really know how I'm supposed to prevent the mistakes from happening in the future. So I think I'm going to take a closer look at the big blunders this game and see what I could have done better and try to internalize, like, you know, question, like, why did I make that mistake? How can I not make that mistake in the future? I did okay this game stats-wise. Like, my kills were good. I got more than basically everybody on their team, except for Billy, who's a broken character, so it doesn't even count that he got more kills than me. I got more assists than everybody on the enemy team, except for Mo and Krill, and, you know, he's the assist king, so it doesn't even count that he got more assists than me. My player damage was nice. I'm not going to dwell on the statistics, though. That's just going to get me all caught up in stuff that's not actually important. What we need to look at is my first big death, which I think was against... after I tried to jump Billy. Yeah, here. So Mirage and I were like, yeah, let's do this shit. Oh, wait, no, this isn't when it happens. That was with Paige and I. Yeah, this is when it happens. So this is after my gank on green. I kill the Infernus. The 7 has to go back to base, and so we get the green tower for free. But after that, instead of running the urn, which I was in a perfect position to do, I went for the Billy. So why didn't I run this urn? Like, I need to think back, because I was thinking about doing it, and then I changed my mind. Is it because, like, I wanted to push yellow? I'm not sure. Hold on, let me just run this back. Maybe watching the footage will jog my memory. Yeah, this is a boring part of the video, so if you guys are done with... Yeah, the entertaining part is over since, you know, the game's already done. This part of the video is really just for me, so you guys can stop watching if you want. But anyways, I'm just... Yeah, I'm clearing the wave, and I see the urn. I think here I'm thinking, like, maybe I should do an urn, and then I say fuck it and change my mind. Yeah, I pick it up. I guess I wanted to push yellow. I might have thought that it was open. But as soon as I saw that it wasn't open, I should have gone back for the urn. Instead, I went to take camps. I think generally speaking, like, sometimes I can just be a little indecisive, and it was just a blunder on my analytical mind's part. I don't think I really could have... I don't really understand, like, how I could have done it differently at the time. I mean, now that I've watched this footage, I guess I know in the future that in that sort of position on the map, if that's, like, the state of the game, the urn is the good play. But yeah, I don't know, it's tricky to prevent the mistakes from happening again in the future, especially when they're really subconscious. I'm gonna find a death where I escape poorly. Alright, let's look at this. This is a pretty big death that also happens. So I chase the Infernus after getting the bridge buff. And I kind of, yeah, I stick around because I see my teammates nearby, and I'm thinking, like, this is a good fight. I think after I got McGinnis walled, yeah, I think I was dead after I got McGinnis walled. Even if I hadn't channeled my ult and went for an escape route, they probably would have been able to pin me down. Or, nah, you know what? I think that was a fucking terrible channel. Yeah, that was just a whiffed ult. I was ulting in front of them, even though I had my resists. Yeah, that was a terrible ult. Alright. I realized that my mistake was actually using my ult that time. It wasn't a matter of positioning, it was just a matter of pressing an instant death button at an instant death moment. Yeah, I was kind of slow for that play. I honestly didn't even realize it until rewatching it right now. But yeah, I 100% should not have ulted. I'm just gonna look at this one more time, just to confirm that my assessment is correct. Yeah, I ulted because I just got it off cooldown, and I'm like, ah, fuck it. And I take a bajillion damage while channeling. Obviously, I'm not gonna heal that shit back up, and it didn't look like they had any heal bane or, like, healing reduction, but it still wasn't gonna be enough. Yeah. I'm gonna see if there's another death where I try to escape and I do it poorly. Oh yeah, there's the shit against the walker. And this is another mistake that I make just so often, where I take a billion objective damage and I just fucking tank it and ignore it because I think I'm unstoppable, but I'm not. I definitely should have avoided taking a bajillion damage to the walker, but first this whole fight happens, and that's you know, intense. Could have sworn that I died here. I guess not. Oh yeah, I went in, and I finished the drifter off and then killed this Smo. Yeah, that was badass. God, that's like an edit worthy of badass. I'm gonna have to remember to clip that and put it in my upcoming music video. I'm making a Deadlock anime music video, by the way, guys. I didn't want to spoil it. Oh wait, hold on. I got a little distracted. So, let's see what actually killed me. Was it the objective damage, or did Infernus shoot me a bunch of times? I was already, like, basically dead already when I went in. So yeah, Walker does 158. And then Infernus does... Oh no, it was Infernus that killed me, it wasn't the Walker. I just didn't realize that Infernus was doing 1 billion damage at once. Yeah, alright, well, I'm stupid, and I tunnel visioned on the Walker and didn't realize that the guy was shooting me. Let's see what else I did that cost us the game. I died in this moment. I think I was in a bad position. Yeah, I dove the fuck out of them right while my last stand was gonna end. What did I do, bro? Man, sometimes I really just dive when it's a guaranteed death. I guess something that I notice I don't really pay attention to when I'm diving, when I dive, it's like, do I have my abilities? Okay, yes, let's dive. I should be looking more at, like, their health than my health, because as crazy as it sounds, I'm that much of a noob, man. I clearly don't pay enough attention to my health and the enemy's health to know whether or not a dive is worth it or is too risky to really take. But I think that's something that I should try to internalize. The moral of today's episode is that I gotta start looking at the goddamn health bars, especially my own. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Look forward to that Deadlock anime music video. It's gonna come out and it's gonna be really cool. Mr. Meat Stallion, I hope you're not watching this.